But I'd like to use as a subject from which to speak this afternoon the other America. And I use this subject because there are literally two Americas. One America is beautiful for situation. And in a sense, this America is overflowing with the milk of prosperity and the honey of opportunity. This America is the habitat of millions of people who have food and material necessities for their bodies, and culture and education for their minds, and freedom and human dignity for their spirits. In this America, millions of people experience every day the opportunity of having life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in all of their dimensions. And in this America, millions of young people grow up in the sunlight of opportunity. But tragically and unfortunately, there is another America. And this other America has a daily ugliness about it that constantly transforms the buoyancy of hope into the fatigue of despair. In this America, millions of work-starved men walk the streets daily in search for jobs that do not exist. Economically, the Negro is worse off today than he was 15 and 20 years ago. And so the unemployment rate among whites at one time was about the same as the unemployment rate among Negroes. But today the unemployment rate among Negroes is twice that of whites. And the average income of the Negro is today 50% less than whites. And as we look at these problems, we see them growing and developing every day.
But anyway, let's talk about, we just celebrated MLK Day on Monday. So,
let's talk that up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, that's a very, very important day, for, the man stood for a lot, he really, and he went through a lot, trying to fight for civil rights and things like that, marching, from city to city and things like that. Some of y'all wouldn't even go from neighborhood to neighborhood right now if you asked them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard a lot of talk about, Dr. Martin Luther King. A lot of people had this whole thing where like, oh, he was soft and he was about peace and things like that. But hearing from like a couple old heads, like the reason why King is so important is because he was really, really organized, and he organized boycotts.
Yeah.
And the boycott would last for up to a year. It wasn't like a month. But see what they've done, they gave you this optical illusion of, oh, I had a dream. But there's other shit that he said, like
he said a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he had a speech talking about how America was getting too arrogant, policing the world, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna hand you over to a guy, to a nation that don't even. We were talking about God, so I'm gonna hand you over to a nation that don't even know my name.
Right,
just strong, man.
Yeah,
and and it's just unfortunate that we lost, Malcolm. We lost Martin, even though he's white. John F. Kennedy.
Yeah,
it's really a tragic loss because what those three men did in particular, they were really trying to turn things upside down, and they got eliminated in the process. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. If those men would have lived the stories they were told, and what would have been the outcome, And I know, before people be like, well, why you put up Kennedy and stuff? But nah, Kennedy really was trying to. Like, if Kennedy still been living, there would have been no CIA.
Yeah, go back.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. It would be no CIA, none of that shit, because he was gonna rip that up.
That's why they didn't like it. Because he was trying to make some real radical changes.
Yeah, he really was.
And they wanted the system to stay the same so that they can get away with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So. He was trying to make some changes, man. You know, go back and read about him. You know what I mean? He was definitely doing some good stuff.
And then, with Malcolm and Martin, they definitely, the thing about them. Hold on, we definitely gonna switch that up, because we ain't gonna hold on. Anyway, let me go ahead and talk. But anyway, we were gonna, Martin and Malcolm was gonna team up. Yeah. But they got rid of Malcolm first.
Right.
And, and then they also don't want you to know that, Martin Luther King and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad met a couple of times. They want y'all to think that, Christians was over here, Muslims over here. They want to keep you divided. But no, they had a common cause.
Yep.
We're black. Let's get together and let's make something happen.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If those men would have got together, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm, and Martin, if they got together, man, shit would have been, it'd have been serious. So they had to stop. They had to stop that.
Absolutely, and, absolutely.
But yeah, Martin Luther King Jr. was definitely a pivotal piece, and not only the civil rights movement, but pretty much, how the militant minds and all that stuff in America kind of, today, I want to shout out Pharaoh said that because he dropped some knowledge. That's where I get some of this knowledge from, so I don't want to be like, oh, he came up with that on his own. Right. I want to shout out my man because he really dropped the knowledge, and he was born in 58, so he kind of got a good perspective. So
that's what's up, man. We need people like that, kind of sharing that knowledge, man. Whatever you learn in the course of your life, you got to be willing to share it, because if not, what is your purpose? You got to leave something behind. So, but yeah, man, Martin Luther King, I'm glad that the country still tries to celebrate his birthday every year. And, I still had to work or whatever, but, it doesn't bother me.
That's pretty much how it was for me. It's like, well, nigga, you have to write the sermons, goddamn. I don't care about, Martin Luther King and all that shit, goddamn it.
I think it's really, did you hear about how, I'm assuming you heard this, but, he got shot, but they say he didn't really get killed until he got to the hospital.
Oh, yeah. They suffocated him with a pillow. They spit on his face and suffocated him with a pillow. Yeah. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And think, that's not even that long ago. Dude.
Right.
It's really hurtful.
It wasn't that long before I was born.
You know what I mean? It's really hurtful that someone so evil really wanted to do it because it's messing them up.
Yeah.
And they were losing power. Like they still are today, and the Capitol shit proved that. Yeah. I'm just going to say that right now. But
because they be the main ones. I'm not racist. I just didn't like him. Nah, you're racist as fuck.
You hate niggas.
Right. Because they definitely wouldn't be fighting this hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, so... But yeah, MLK stood for a lot, and him and my father were pretty close in age, and my father was from the South, from down here in Carolina. I was born in New York, but I'm sure my father had a lot of experience with, a lot of the racial stuff that was going on down here. I mean, even I had some stuff happen in New York, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a difference between northern racism and southern racism. It really is. It's just, I don't know, either one is wrong, but still, you can kind of tell the difference.
Well, the southern ones, one thing about the southern, they open, they out and open with y'all, dude.
Yeah.
They be like, well, I don't like niggers. And it's like, I can work with that. I ain't gonna fuck with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We both got something that we each other need. Whatever. But yeah, I ain't gotta fuck with you.
Right.
But yeah, the northerners, man, they want to be your friends and stuff. and they'll be your pals, then they fucking stab
you in the back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Malcolm X really talked about that. Like the North is more racist than the South could ever imagine.
Yeah. Yep. It's sad, man. But yeah, man. So rest in peace to Martin Luther King Jr. And definitely never forget his legacy and what he fought for. You know what I mean? Because that man went through a lot, and he did a lot of things that most people these days would not do. Even back in his time, most people wouldn't do it. Nope. So but yeah. So guess we can move on. Let's talk about Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? He's home from the hospital. Says he's doing safe. He's in the studio. So. Do we think he's home safe or do we call BS? Because my man Choke No Joke said he thinks it's kind of BS because he said that basically he was only in the hospital about a week to a week and a half, and supposedly he had a brain aneurysm. When you do the research, a brain aneurysm, you're going to have 3 to 6 weeks, where you're out of commission. You know what I mean? And then, you probably can't be in the studio around a whole bunch of loud music either. So, Choke No Joke, like, what happened? Did he just get beat up by somebody and they, called it a brain aneurysm? Somebody just bit Nate Robinson or something, you know what I mean?
Gave him the beans.
But, for the culture. And because and I forgot to mention this on our other episode, but it was kind of funny that while he was in the hospital, a couple dudes tried to rob his house. Dang. You know what I mean? They tried to break in, and it was like convenience. Like, so Choke No Joke was kind of looking at it like, did they know about this? Was they involved in him maybe getting beat up, so they knew he'd be out of commission for a week or so? So he was like, all right, it's perfect time. Let's go ahead and try to get in his house. You know what I mean? I don't know. So what do y'all think? You know what I mean? Let us know. What do you think about the whole thing?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I mean, a lot of things, especially, I think Chuck No Joke mentioned, Jimmy Iovine selling that catalog like we talked about a couple, weeks ago. And now, Dre might have to be pressured to make Detox. And it's like, and then it's like, well, you've been promising that album since like Eminem was like, big back in the, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's like,
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's like, ain't no point. I mean, it was funny because remember he dropped that Compton album.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, because I remember when he dropped it, I was like, okay, well, why didn't you just do the Detox album? Mm-hmm. And then he just dropped this Compton album out of nowhere, but I mean, I don't know. But either way, I mean, like you said, they say he working on Detox now, so we'll see, man. I mean, I think Dre, if that's really what's happening, to me, he kind of messes himself up for me because I don't think you should ever wait that long because you can start to get, complacent and rusty and all of that if you don't really make music for such a long time. I'm sure he's been making little bits of music here and there, but I don't know. Maybe he's so much a perfectionist that he just can't seem to approve of what he's doing.
But
so
even then, though, it's Dre though,
right?
And that's why he can do what he
does. So we need you to hurry up and do something, man, before because I mean that's the kind of stuff that helps to anchor hip hop and solidify things so that we know that it's not just a lot of this watered down copycat music that's going on these days. We need that real solidified West Coast Dr. Dre sound, and get all our favorites on there. Get The Game, Kendrick, Kendrick, Snoop, Dog Pound. They can still make music.
Oh, that'd be great if he get
RBX.
Yeah, it'd be great if you get MC8 on there.
MC8. I don't know, maybe even DOC, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know if he's still doing anything, but
I actually work with E40 and Too Short and make something happen.
That would be dope. Hell, bring back some of the people like King T.
Oh yeah.
Man, listen, because King T was actually signed to Dre at one time, and he said he kind of gave up. Like Eve, remember Eve was signed to Dre, at one time, and she gave up. She kind of was like, look, he take too long. I'm just ready to get out there. And Dre is one of them that he will keep you waiting for years, you know. And King C said the same thing. He was like, Dre was just taking too long. So I was like, yeah, he said I jumped out and just did it on my own. Which, you know, King T still became a legend, and Eve still became legendary in her right as well. You know?
Yeah, but
the only thing that messed her up.
by Dre.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I don't know, man. But you know, I mean, my well wishes and our well thoughts are to Dre, and hopefully it's not some BS. You know what I mean? I don't know what to call it, but it does seem kind of fishy. You know what I mean? So, but we will see what happens with that. Don't forget, we got the verses coming up tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but Keisha Cole, Ashanti. You know, a lot of people seem to be more on the Keisha Cole, Ashanti wagon. Seems like she's got more supporters than anybody.
Yeah, well, Keisha Cole was kind of like a really bad scoring person. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna say scoring, but yeah, a lot of people, when they ran into her, they don't really like her. Because she's, Tech Nine has spoken about that, you know, when she dated 50, 50 kind of spoke about that.
I didn't know she dated 50.
I think she did she date it? I thought she
it.
did.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, like, people don't like about it. And, yeah, she did some crazy ass shit too.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, and then when she did the reality shows and stuff like that, that kind of put a negative spin on her too, because, I mean, you know, her family was just kind of out there, man, especially her mom's. It was like, whoa. You know, so, I don't know. But we shall see. You know, I'm going to still check it out and support it. It's tomorrow sometime on Versus. Huh? I got Ashanti.
On sideburns.
She had them mutton chops on the side.
On the side right there. Like,
you know?
Pretty girl. Long ass sideburns.
Yeah.
Just trim them up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Keisha Cole looked a little bit better in the face to me, but Ashanti, I think, had a slight edge on the music. I think
Ashanti's pretty.
She is.
You know.
I think she is too, but I'm just saying, to me, Keisha Cole was just a little bit finer than her, to me. She was a little bit more my type anyway.
I don't know. I think if I was I'd probably, if Ashanti was like, hey, Howard, let's go out and do something, I'd probably go out more with Ashanti than Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole probably more like a bitch. They're probably both bitches, but if I'm going to be with a bitch, I think Ashanti would probably be the bitch I'd be with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want no long-term relationship with either one of them.
Oh, no.
Just as far as looks go, you know.
No, I'm talking about like just going out to a restaurant or something, just kind of we kicking it and having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see, man. You know, this they've been kind of pushing this back for a minute, so we will see. I'm excited to see what Versus got to offer outside of this as well. You know what I mean? So, sure, we got some more coming up. You know what I mean? So we shall see. The E40 and Too Short one went down pretty good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a good one, and that was a good one to close the year out with too.
Right.
Definitely,
I agree. What's been your favorite Versus so far? You have a favorite?
Gosh, I think honestly my favorite one. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. I think it's a toss up between the Primo and RZA one and the Snoop and DMX one.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I think that was. I didn't get the chance to see the reggae one with Benny May. If I seen that one, you know, but
it's still on YouTube.
I might have to go. I might have to go back and check that out.
YouTube.
But as far as like, you know, the hip hop and go, I mean, you know, I would definitely say it would be a toss up between, the RZA and Primo and Snoop and DMX. And I did like the, you know, honorable mentions. I did like the Jeezy and Gucci one because I did like the fact that they kind of killed their beef in a sense.
Right.
You know, made it at least where like, hey, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to hang, but we can just,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that one was cool. You know what I mean? I think my favorite would probably be the Snoop and DMX joint because the chemistry was just so dope between them. You know what I mean? They were both just really saluting each other's music. You know what I mean? It was not oh, the East Coast was the shit. Nah, the West Coast was the shit. You know, it was just, I loved your music. I rocked out to your shit. No, I rocked out to your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I rocked out your shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? And some of the songs you be saying, and you was like, get at me, dog. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get it. Horrible DMX.
Yo, DMX was having the time of his life, and that when there was times when Snoop was performing, the DMX was just back to just, dancing and squirming and shit. It was like, yo, this nigga is loving this shit.
Yeah, it's hard to. That was actually a close one. I did end up giving that to Snoop, but it was definitely the Culture won that one. That was probably like one of the closer ones.
Yeah, I think the Culture really won, but I still roll with DMX on that one. I think just because I like his music a little bit more. He's just a little bit more my style of hip hop. And Snoop has always been dope as fuck, but I just, because I'm from New York, I kind of lean towards that hardcore East Coast boom bap. You know what I mean?
Well, Snoop. One thing about it, like that Doggy Style album, man, like that was just, man, like you could play that today.
Oh yeah,
and people would go off on that shit.
Oh yeah,
but and then too, like Snoop. One thing I will give Snoop though, even after like the Dogfather, it didn't kind of pan out, but he still kept going. Kept going. He kind of switched stuff up a little bit, but he was still Snoop.
Right.
Like he know how to make good music. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I can give to him.
I'm still anxious to see who gonna get in the ring with my man Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? Because we need that. We need that. Yeah. It's gonna take a heavyweight. Yeah, I still want to see him and LL go at it. I think that would be dope.
I think him and LL would be the pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
It depends. Him and KRS-One would be a pretty good matchup as far as like the battle has.
Yeah.
Him and Missy Elliott would be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Especially for like the 90s.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that would be dope. They, there's a lot that can happen with that, but Busta Rhymes. Matter of fact, speaking of Busta Rhymes, my lyrical breakdown this week was on him. So y'all go check that out. I did one of his classics, man. So it's on YouTube, lyrical breakdown. It was the song he did with Slim Shady.
Okay.
He actually did 2 songs with him, but this was the one called "Calm Down."
Okay, that's the one that he did on the new album, Extinction the Level Event 2.
Nah, this was from like 1 or 2 albums before that.
Oh.
This one he did with him. It was probably like maybe 10 or somewhere back in the day. It's a few years old, but it's classic. You know what I mean? Both of them basically spazzed the fuck out on this song. It wasn't no I do a verse, you do a verse, and I come back and you come back. They both just did like extra long verses. You know what I mean? They both rapped like 2 or 3 minutes straight. So it's like they both blacked out. So it's a classic. And to me, that's been a debate between me and my wife, because I always say I think Busta Rhymes had the better verse on the song, but she still thinks that Eminem had the better verse. Now, Eminem is he's a beast, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Busta's been rapping a long time.
Y'all listen to that song and let me know what you think. Who had it better? It's Eminem and Busta Rhymes. It was from Busta Rhymes' album, and it's called "Calm Down." And to me, Busta took the song. Now both of them blacked out, but Busta to me had a little slight edge.
Well, let's ask this too. Like since we talk about the verses, who would Eminem go? What would Eminem be good? Like as far as like the verses?
Eminem, the Great White Hope.
Eminem.
That was.
You mean that white rapper that took the black people down?
That would be a hard one. That would be a really hard one.
Him and Everlast in the same room. I just
he would smother Everlast. Everlast has always been dope, but he doesn't have a big enough body of work. You know what I mean? He probably can put 20 songs up against him, but they wouldn't be as notable as the Eminem songs. So, I don't know, man. That's a hard one, man.
He'd probably try to battle someone like Cool J.
I could see Eminem going up against Redman.
Yeah, that would be good.
I could see that.
Actually, that would be good.
That would be good.
That's good.
I think that would be a good chemistry one as well, because he's always said Redman was his favorite. You know, every time he talked about a top 10, he always put Redman at number 1. And then, you know, he's done a song with Redman, actually.
Yeah, so, Off the Wall.
Yeah, so that would be good. They can kind of play that right at the end or something like that. You know what I mean? So that would be dope.
Redman would be good. Yeah, like I said, Cool J, he idolized Cool J.
Yeah,
Cool J. Cool J would be another one.
Mm-hmm. But see, with Cool J, you know, their styles are so different. I don't know. I like him and Redman because they're both real twisted mentally. Yeah. So they all got these real crazy off the wall songs. But Cool J, if he plays some shit like, you know, Going Back to Cali or, you know, one of the girl songs, Eminem ain't really got nothing that can go up against that.
He got Superman, right? That's about it.
Eminem could play Superman Lover, you know, where he talking about fucking, you know, bitches, and you know, Eminem got crazy B-word songs where he talking about bitches. You know, it would mesh together to me. Yeah, him and Redman. That would be dope. Now that I think about it, I don't know, but we'll see. But also we want to let y'all know before we drop off, we got a new segment coming up. We're gonna be doing album reviews, and you know, we're really excited about that. So we really want y'all to check it out.
We definitely gonna try to. Hopefully, we're gonna get in touch with Van. Actually, no, hopefully, we will get in touch with Van Buren. We really want to try to make this a very, very presentable project to everybody. I'm trying to, you know, get it to where it ain't. Hopefully, it won't be like, you know, super, super crazy with the, you know. But I definitely want to make it, or we make it, where it's definitely digestible and definitely presentable to everyone.
Absolutely.
So we're definitely trying to do that.
So and we'll be getting in touch with Van Buren, and we'll be setting that up. I believe the first album that we're going to be reviewing is Tim Dog, Do or Die. Do or Die. So that's, you know, we want to really help people go back and appreciate those types of albums that, you know, you might have either forgot about or really don't know. You know what I mean? So, but it will be, most likely it'll be that one. But did you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we end off the show?
No, that's it. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in with us and everything. Hopefully everything is going well with you, going well for you. I know we still, you know, dealing with this pandemic and stuff like that. So, we appreciate y'all following us. We appreciate you listening to us. And I think that's
pretty much it, man. Like you said, it's episode 150. It'll be up soon on Spotify and Anchor.
Around 9-ish.
Yeah, around 9-ish. Also, don't forget to look us up on Twitter. We are on Twitter as well. Yep. And we're on, of course, Facebook. Yep. YouTube. Yep. And Instagram. So we're all over the place, man. You can't really say you can't find us. You just put that name in any of those Triad Hip Hop Podcast, and we're gonna be right there in your face.
Yeah, in your face.
In your face.
Ah! Don't get none of that on you. Don't get none of that.
But yeah, man. So don't forget, like you said, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate y'all. For episode 150, this is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
Hip Hop Howie, aka Hitman Howie.
That's right.
We'll see y'all in the next episode, all right?
Hey.
Peace.